Hello again, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of our BA175. And there's my little, grandson. Went to Steak Chick the other day. I know sometimes you guys like pictures, so there you go. There's a picture. Um, let's get right in here real quick. Last week, week 2, discussion's real good. Nothing really go over there. The homework also. Everybody seems to be doing good on there and finding all the answers and understanding it. A few of you have been in touch with me on some things, so if you have a question, keep doing that, and we'll just, keep going from there. Yeah, week 2. I'm sorry, I was looking at week 1 there, but looking ahead here to week 3, we're covering on the presentations, chapter 6 and 7. Dun, dun, dun. Let me go back up to the top there. Got commissions, and then on 7 we're covering what to call the discounts. So again, everything's in the book or in the slides, depending on what you're looking at. Let me see, the week 3 discussion. Have you ever worked where you get commission? Okay, so that's homework has to do with this a little bit. So the discussion. One of the things I also want to point out here for week 3, it's a little different because you got homework similar to the last 2 weeks, and everybody seems to be doing fine. They're getting those answers and everything. But you also have an exercise, which is an Excel exercise. So you go in here, click to get your Excel sheet up, and so and there you go. So now first thing you'll need to do when you go in here is you see that enable editing. You enable the editing. And I always tell people, let's get this over here, go into File and save it. However you're going to save it, wherever you're going to save it, you go ahead and save it. That way it's saved before you get started. So that's the first thing. So this has got to do with commission, and this following one down here has to do with discount rates. So okay, so chapter 6 we got commissions. Yep, commissions. Alright, so this covers pretty much everything about the commissions. And I'm going to jump forward a little bit here because on here, okay, you got Patricia Wellington, and there's a couple ways to do this. The shorthand way, you use the use the calculator, the calculator. Okay, you can go ahead and do put formulas in here if you want to into these places. I think the quickest, easiest way is just to do it. One of the where is my calculator? I don't got it up here, but I could probably get it real quick if I boom boom boom. Well, if they will hurry up for me. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so for example, what I would do in this first case here, I would do the 38,400 minus. Now, my trickery here, see this says 3%, but I know in my mind that minus 3 from 100 is 97. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go minus 97%. And that maybe did not work. Let me back up. Let me clear it. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, where's my clear button? Alright, everybody. Dun, 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 there. Alright, so 38 minus 97%. And that didn't do what I wanted to do. Okay, there it is. Yeah, equals 1152. So that's your answer, 1152. I'm sorry. So I'll do that real. So just to show you what we did there. Sorry, wasn't up to date in the calculator. So the second one here, the 2460. 60 minus 5%, so I do 95%. The reason I do that, hit the percent key and then hit equal, and it gives you 123. And the reason I do that is because it's just easier, because that's what the answer is. You can do it the other way too, but then you have to do an extra step. So that's why I show you that little shortcut. Now, the other thing good about this here, in this particular case, for those of you who actually watch the video and actually go and do the PowerPoint slides, is you will find at some point in here, boom, 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 Patricia Wellington. How about that? All right. Remember we just did that 1152, and maybe we did something wrong there on that 123. Let's see. But here's, that's the other way to do it. Where's the calculator again? So here's the other way to do it. And I'll show you how to do it on there. So you got the 38,400 times the 0.03 equals 1152. And same thing for the other one. All right. You do the 2460 times, which is for on a calculator on a computer, it's a little star key. And do it 5%. Hit 5, hit the percent, and equals. There you go. Okay, so there you go, 123, and that's how you got that. All right, so like I said, this is just another way to. So this is the exact. So in this case, you're fortunate because your homework is actually on here. But the thing is, you need to know how to do it, and actually pay attention to this, and figure out how you do it. So that's why I just wanted to show you that. The other part of the homework. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so the second part down here, now it's got to be in chapter 7. So you're going to get into your chapter 7 one, and it's down a little ways, but same thing. What I just showed you. Oops. Alrighty, so where are we at here? A little bit of terms, the 3-5 thing. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. It's one of these here. We'll find it in a second. But up. All right, here it is. So this is the same problem here. The thing you need to understand is what all this needs. If you go through this presentation, the book, you'll understand what the 3, the 5, and 25 means. All right, so so the problem is you find a discount date, the due date, the amount of cash, amount of remittance. All right. So the discount date is May 27, right there, because it's right there. All right. Plus 5. Where you get that 5 from is right here. It's 3-5. Like on the next slide, right? This one here, terms, right? 20. Okay, you got invoice date of July, July 29, plus 20 days makes it August 18, right? Does that make sense? The 2.5 here, I'm going to back up here, okay? So your 3-5, so that's where you get your 5 from, your date, plus 25, because the 25 is right there, so that's the net date, 25. May 27 plus 25 days is that, okay? The discount date is May 27 plus 5 days, all right? This 3 here, this is this part here, the 0.03 times your invoice amount equals this 86.25 or 86.25 right there, your discount amount. Okay, so you're going straight across here, discount date, due date, discount amount, and the remittance. All right, this 28 minus the 86 is the 27, and that's what you get it right there. And when we do our worksheet, same thing. You just plug it in those numbers right there. Okay, those same 4 numbers. Does that? So I hope that makes sense. Let me see here. Whoops, there's the other one. So down on this one, you got the 210 and net 30. Talk about right there. So again, Here it is, the same one, 2, 10, net 30. All right. So your discount date, let me move this over a little where we can see it here. So your discount date, all right, March 28th, all right, plus 10 makes it April 7th. All right. Due date, March plus the 30, and there's the 30. That makes it April 27th. All right. Your invoice amount minus the return goods gives you that remittance there. I'm sorry, not that part, but the other part there. All right, the this times 2 thing. Times 2 times what you just got there will give you that 44.59. So that's kind of a short version of how to do it. Again, some of you have been in touch with me, so no problem there. If you got a question or a problem on how to do these, and like I said, to those of you who have taken this, there's a few of you have taken this course before, and this is a new revised version. And the people taking it before will tell you this is much user-friendly version, easier to understand things. So, and that's a good thing. That's what we need to be doing. So, okay, So, short thing on that. We're going here about 11 minutes, so I'm gonna try and finish up here. So, presentation, discussion, homework, exercises, and don't forget you do have a little PowerPoint. That should not be too difficult for you. Doing week 5, so after the holidays actually, so you got time on that. All right, so I am going to let me see. I was going to go over something else too on the commissions on the discussion real quick, because I asked about discussions and have you ever gotten commissions. A lot of people, different things. I do got a little picture here back in my domino days with my family when we owned some stores. So, when I was in corporate, I got I got an example here of like a sample P&L. So if you like people who are like in fast food places or even casual dining or lots of places, they get commissions based on sales, based on performance, different things. If you go, so all businesses, they track it. So here you got different like sales levels, different things that go, your variable cost. Those are things that kind of go up and down a little bit. Then you got fixed costs, different things like that. But so everything goes into it. You got all these different categories, or what we call line items, that go into a profit and loss statement, a P&L. And you get down to the bottom, you got what they call contribution margins. And the contribution margin rate. So that's how much money like different stores need, depending on what their costs are. Then you got your fixed costs, different things, be it utilities, phone, different things in there. So different businesses have different line items, but there's usually lots of them. And when you get down to the bottom, you got fixed costs, profits before non-operating costs, other things. So we get down here to the bottom. There's different categories like pre-tax profit. So in some businesses, that's what they look at. Like this store here had $7,000 pre-tax profit. You take that, you got any depreciation, you add that, and that gives you like they call EBITDA. This is that term. It's called EBITDA. Some people say it different, but it's earnings before interest. Tax, depreciation, amortization. So sometimes some companies will base a bonus on that. Sometimes they'll base it strictly on the pre-tax profit, or after they take the tax out, what the profit is left over. And then what they do is they give you like 20%, like in the Domino's back when I was in corporate, it was a 20%. Some companies do 50%, some do 10%. It just depends. So, but that's an example of like a fast food type place. So, all right, and with that, I'll call it quits for this week because we're already up to like 14 minutes here. So if you watched it, I thank you. If you did watch it, how about mentioning the either Steak and Shake or Domino's? You can mention one of them. That way I know you actually watched it. So, all right, everybody, thank you, and you all have a great week. And get in touch with me if you need anything. Take care.